For my entry for the open world game, so I chose Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Nintendo Wii U. This is my very first Xenoblade Chronicles game that I'm going to play, and I chose with X. And at first I thought maybe this is just a like a rehash of the first Xenoblade game from the original from the Nintendo Wii, and and they said nope, it's an entirely different game apparently. What about this game? All right, so I only had a few hours of gameplay with this one, and I said if I am rooting for this one, I am just going to have enough gameplay hours just to see how much of it is an open world game. Like number one, how far can I go? Number two, how much free reign am I allowed to? And number three, and of course, how many tits and asses can I see in this game? What's the story about? In the distant future, planet Earth is in danger. There's a bunch of alien life forms fighting above our atmosphere, and suddenly Earth became its target. It became so bad that Earthlings was like, "Oh shit, we cannot fight them any longer. Might as well just evacuate the planet," which they did, but not a lot of them escaped safely. One of the ships that survived the onslaught of these aliens coming from the United States of America, ha ha ha, it's called the White Whale, i.e., for Sir Jomar here, white base, all right, white power. So the White Whale, aka Moby Dick, you're roving around outer space for 2 years. Okay, we're trying to find a new planet to settle in. What could go wrong? Surprise, motherfucker! The aliens were able to track them down, blew that ship. Oh shit, to crash land somewhere. Oh look, there's a random planet out there. Maybe we should land there. A colony that inside that White Whale crash landed on that planet. There's clean water here. There's atmosphere here. There's oxygen here. We can breathe here. Hey, let's call this our second Earth. They called it Mira. The planet that they're inhabiting right now is Mira. However, they're still living on that colony that they have. Unfortunately, some of the remnants of the White Whale, there are humans that who are living inside these life pods. Basically, it's like hibernation chambers, like capsules, if you will. Unfortunately, they got scattered all over the planet. So your main objective, number one, survive new planet that you have called Mira. Search for surviving humans that were scattered around the planet. And number three, just live long and prosper. Basically, the game starts you off with player character creation, and I suck at that. But of course, I have to do it. The character creation here, not very much detail. It didn't take me a long while to create my own character. You can choose a guy or a girl to be your avatar. Surprise, surprise! I chose to be the girl. And I'm like, ooh, can I adjust the chest? Can I adjust the butt? I only had a few hours. I don't have a few days to play this game. This is a Xeno game, so chances are you will have the chance to ride a giant mech, like a giant robot. I read it somewhere. They said, dude, the only time you're gonna get the chance to ride the giant robots is in chapter 6. At the time of this recording, I'm only managed to go to chapter 4. Why? There's so much shit to do. There's so much places to go just to get to chapter 6. Oh my fucking god. This game is so many requirements for you to pass through before they can let you go on with the main story. If the question here is how much free reign you get, the game says, oh yeah, you have your main missions, but don't spend it too much. You can do whatever you want. How far can you go here? You can either explore the colony itself, or you can explore the outside world within the colony. So within the colony, it's like you're playing it's weird. It kind of plays like a Grand Theft Auto game kind of thing. In the colony, there's the commercial area, there's the industrial area, and there's the residential area. Depending on which job class you're going to choose, you can have the opportunity to mingle around with the public, their daily lives, living inside the colonies. If you're not an indoors person, you can go outside. You can collect raw materials out there. These raw materials, you can use these raw materials to upgrade your equipment. There are a lot of flora and fauna here. There are high mountains that you can climb. There's some rivers here, and there's an open sea, and there's also a lake inside the colony. And I'm like, okay, what would happen if I jump? So inside the colony, so I jumped through that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm swimming. Okay, so how the hell do I get back up? It's possible to come back up. I managed to swim around. I found a platform, and that platform eventually had some stairs going upward back to the residential area. Okay, that's cool. How about the outside? And I'm already in the cliff. If I jump, what would happen if I jumped? So I took a dive. I'm like, oh shit, I'm swimming. All right, cool. Okay, how far can I go? I was able to reach the other island just by swimming. I didn't use a boat. I didn't even use a ship. I didn't use a flying aircraft. So apparently, you cannot just ride any robot just in chapter 6. No. Because here you can buy your own mech. You can buy your own robot. However, you need a license to pilot that. So it's like buying a new car, but you can't drive it because, you don't have a license to drive one. So apparently, to get your license in chapter 6, you need to accomplish certain tasks within the 8 job classes that are available in the game. The robots here, they call it skills. If there's one thing that's annoying me about this game, right, it's how the camera angles follow you around. It's pretty jarring. It's really hard to describe unless you play it yourself. And I tried different settings on the options menu just to keep the camera angle on a stationary level. Depending on where you run, depending on how you jump, the camera angles, for some reason, it keeps following you around in random. You got your main missions and you got your side missions as well. The side missions can sometimes be a requirement to get to your main mission. And there are a lot. In chapter 4 alone, there's at least 20 side quests that you can choose from. Ain't nobody got time for that. So the opponents here can range to very small and very large. They have their levels on top of their heads. Sometimes you have level 1. It can go to up to level 65. The level 65 ones, those are the very big creatures out there. About this game, there are no multi-saves. You only get one save file. That's it. Right there at the bottom of the screen. So you got 8 arts. Those are your like magic or special abilities that you can pull off. If you manage to pull one off, there's a cooldown before you can use it again. By gaining experience points, by gaining skill points, you will be able to upgrade your skills for more proficiency, for less cooldown. There are certain artifacts here scattered all over that you need to have the field skills, architectural skills, or the mechanic skills just to open them up. The female characters here look anime-ish, but the guys look Western like. The default characters here, all of them are wearing hard leather, like leather skin tight leather. So for the girls, tits and ass on leather. For the guys, you can also see the bulges there and their asses in there in leather, skin tight leather. Whether you're a guy player, whether you're a girl player, or somewhere in between, don't bother updating their equipment. You'd be fine. Just their weapons, not their armory.
By the way, Sir Jomar, Sir Joel, any thoughts about Xenoblade Chronicles X?
I, for one, just hope that they do release it on Switch. I mean, so far, all 3 Xenoblade
Same.
Chronicles are already on Switch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they release it on Switch as well. And it looks like it's a good game. I might play it if it actually does get re-released, but I'm not getting a whole Wii U just to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. Sorry. I'm not that rich.
No.
Totally.
Graphically,
totally
it looks really good. I was surprised.
If there's 2 games that you want to play on the Wii U, if you're a JRPG player, to all of you JRPG players out there, if you're just planning to get the Wii U anyway, it's either you get Tokyo Mirage Sessions or the Xenoblade Chronicles X, because
And Tokyo Mirage
if you want to
Sessions
play
is already
with
on
English,
Switch.
We already have
English
it. Yeah.
support,
Yeah.
with
So
English support.
It looks good. For me, it looks good. It looked like a near Automata and Monster Hunter. But
yeah.
I've seen it before, but I've never played Xenoblade. But it looks
for
good.
for people who has not played the Xenoblade Chronicles series, the closest game I could actually compare the battle system to is Final Fantasy 12. That's the closest. The Gambit system is the closest battle system to what Xenoblade Chronicles as a series has. So it's basically auto battle. It's somewhat auto battle. You could still choose your
You can
arts.
choose. You can choose whatever,
You could
whichever
choose.
creature you want to fight.
Yeah, you could choose, but it's mostly playing on an auto system. It's like the Gambit system of Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
And
So,
yeah,
so about that, they will just attack. So you don't really mash your button just for them to attack. If you have a melee weapon, just stand close to the enemy and they will just attack. If you're using a long range weapon, they will just shoot their guns. That's it, really. What you
yeah.
can control though is your arts.
It's just a shame that it's still locked onto the Wii U. So yeah, we got Tokyo Mirage Sessions on the Switch now. We got Wonderful 101 on the Switch now. So I think almost around 90% of the Wii U's former exclusive games are already on the Switch. So just a few remaining titles that's locked onto the Wii U, which
Main problem that I see, the difficulty with that would be you got two screens in there. You got your main screen on your television, and then you got the screen on your gamepad. The gamepad itself, there's so many things that you can do on the gamepad as well. That I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be difficult to port everything from the gamepad itself to the Switch. They managed to do that with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, but with Xenoblade, basically you're looking at two screens here.
And it's
How
a
they're going to
Nintendo
manage to
title. They
cram
have
both.
all the resources and money.
they were able to port 3DS and DS titles to the Switch anyway. So
The world ends
anyway,
with you.
we haven't played this one. So that's the thing with about Xenoblade Chronicles X is you have to have a Wii U. You have to have a Wii U US version because the Wii U is region locked, and you have to
This
have
is
the
region lock, yeah.
yeah, it's region locked. So
You know what? Thank God, because the first Xenoblade Chronicles X that I got it from Green Hills for 500 pesos
Whoa.
US.
so
Oh
that's a
shit.
win. That's a
Holy
huge
And I
shit.
tried,
win.
and I thought my Wii U was already region free through homebrew, but no, it did
Mm.
not play it. And I'm like, thank God I got a PAL copy as well.
Really, really time consuming game, and as you
It
have
is.
heard from Sir Joe,
It is.
really,
Mm.
really time consuming.
If you are into JRPGs, if you are into hunks, if you are into babes, if you're into
Oh my
tits and
god.
ass, bulges and
Stop.
ass, and you have nothing to live for. You have way too much free time. Okay, you play this. This is the game
Oh,
for you.